What's up, everybody? It's Greg with Delta, and this is the Be the Difference podcast. This podcast is all about making you a better person in your life and in your business with coaching on sales, leadership, mindset, marketing, everything under the sun when it comes to being an entrepreneur. And today I have a very special message. So as you can see, I'm going to do this episode solo. I wanted to have a little bit of a real talk. And I wanted to share my experiences that I've had this year since I started 75 Hard. I'm currently doing the First Form Transformation Challenge, and I hired a bodybuilding coach because I said, you know what, I want to compete. I've been thinking about it for years. People have asked me multiple times, like, oh man, do you compete? And I'm always like, no. So I wanted to finally do it just to say that I've done it. And when I do it, I'm like, I'm going all in. Like, I'm not going to half-ass do this. Like, I'm going to win. Okay. So I'm doing everything that my coach says. And I'll tell you that this has been a very challenging first 2 months, almost 2 months. We're about midway through February now. This has been a very challenging, 6-7 weeks that I've been going through this process. It has not been easy. Adding on doing 75 hard plus adding on bodybuilding, and I can't miss these meals, and I have to eat a specific amount. And part of my 75 hard is that I have to hit all these meals, right? It's not just like I have to like not eat something bad and I got to eat on a diet. It's like I have to eat even when I'm not hungry, and I have to do it on a time schedule. And there's a specific amount that I have to eat every single time, and specific foods I have to eat. So I'm following my meal plan to the letter, right? And this is something that's very unique for me, because before I would just be like, hey, I'm going to be on a keto diet, or I'll be on a keto diet with intermittent fasting. So I'm just not going to eat from this time to this time, from 7 o'clock at night until the following day at noon, and then I'll have 2 to 3 meals, and these are what my meals will be, and I'll just kind of I'll wing it, right? As long as I'm eating within my caloric range, as long as I'm eating within that diet, I'm good, right? This is a completely different ballgame. This is completely different. And when I first started, the first 2 weeks were so challenging that I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this. I was like, I think I bit off way more than I can chew, because the amount of foods, the specific workouts. And when he gave me a plan, it wasn't just like, hey, here's your meal plan, here's your workout. It's like, hey, you have to do cold showers every single day for 3 to 5 minutes. You have to do, I have to hang upside down because I have a broke shoulder, basically, from a previous shoulder injury that I had surgery on. You have to do this routine every 4 times a week, where I'm a walking routine to help with my mobility. I have a specific ab routine I got to do 3 times a week. I got 6 lifts every single week. I have to do 6 different lifting sessions. I've got cardio that I have to do, which I'm implementing as part of my 75 hard outdoors, both steady state and then high intensity. I have to do this routine every single day, where I'm practicing actually getting used to doing the vacuum exercise and pulling my abs in, so that my body starts to get a muscle memory of pulling my abs in and up to get that vacuum. And it's just like thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, on top of the food, on top of the workouts and everything. And I'm like, dude, this is a lot. Like, I feel overwhelmed. I don't know if I can do this. Right. And I just shut off my mind. I said, nope, I committed to it. I paid for the coaching. I'm doing this. I already said I was going to do it. Let's go. Right. And as I went through, and as I'm going through 75 hard, the books that I'm reading, and honestly, it's almost been a very intentional discomfort, is how I will tell it. That's how I'll define it. A very intentional discomfort, that through doing that, it has actually opened up different parts, I feel, mentally for me. It's like I'm pulling from different reservoirs for energy and for completing my task, whether I want to or not, right? It's beyond motivation. It's beyond inspiration. And it's so much more different. And so as I'm doing this, I've been doing a lot of research on different on Stoicism, because I've been reading a lot and I've been doing research on theology and different religions. And I want to read some quotes. I want to read some things. So, Stoicism talks about intentional discomfort, and it says deliberately seeking some form of hardship, physical, mental, or spiritual, to encourage strengthening of your resilience in the face of adversity and to enhance your general sense of gratitude for what you already have in your life. Right. So that, and the way to do it is, one, you have to choose to bring some form of discomfort into your life. You have to do it consistently, and you have to do it with an intent. And so the act of me purposely choosing to do this, making it uncomfortable for me, knowing that this is going to be difficult, but me choosing to do it with so much focus and intent is actually increasing my discipline far greater than what it was before. This is even spoken about. This concept is even spoken about in multiple religions. Buddha says that pain in life is inevitable, but suffering is optional. They talk about the actual that life is in pain, but that through that pain that you can learn and you can actually become resilient, and you can decide to suffer in life, which is when you attach meaning to your external world, or you can learn from that pain, build resilience, and become enlightened. In Muslim religion, Allah, there's a quote that Allah says that He has a purpose for your pain, a reason for your struggle, and a reward for your faithfulness. Don't give up. A reason, a purpose for your pain, and a reason for your struggle. It is through these things that you realize the strength within. You pull from a different source of strength and energy when you decide to put yourself into a discomfort, into it's something difficult daily. And you start your day with something difficult. And it has transcending effects in every area of your life. Even in Christianity, in the Bible, John 14:6 says, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So I want you to think about this during this time frame when Jesus said this. Jesus had just went through his 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. Okay. He goes out to the desert because he is being tempted by Satan to sin. And he goes out with no food, no water, to just pray and meditate, and to constantly rebuke Satan's attempts to get him to sin. So much that Satan finally gives up. It's like, dude, I can't get to you. You're too mentally strong. Now tell me, do you think that that was mentally and spiritually and even physically easy for Jesus to do? Do you think that that was a challenging and uncomfortable exercise for him to go out for 40 days and 40 nights in this desert and just pray and meditate, right? And I believe that when he did that, he reached such a state, a heightened state of his consciousness, that when he comes and says, "Hey, I'm the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." What he's trying to say is, no one gets to heaven or reaches a life of bliss except for doing the things that I have done, except for putting yourself intentionally being uncomfortable and putting yourself in such a position that you find the power within yourself, that through this that you can build an even stronger faith, because you realize that we are all made from God, in God's image. We all have this power within us. The same power that Jesus had, we have as well. He just reached a much higher state of consciousness and able to do things because he intentionally put himself in such a difficult position that it raised beyond anything that anyone's ever seen up until then. That's my belief. I think we all have the ability to create, the ability to have amazing blessings within our lives that we create, that we can create for others. And it starts with putting yourself into a difficult, uncomfortable, challenging position every single day. So, what is it that you can do every single day that you don't want to do, but you know you should be doing. And it might start off with something small. It might start off with just going out, putting on your shoes, lacing up your shoes, and going for a 1 mile run every single day because you want to get your heart healthier, because you want to lose some weight. And it might be starting to abstain from those diet sodas or the regular sodas you're drinking every single day. It might be to go to the gym. It might be to pray every single day. It might be to meditate. But whatever it is, start with something that is challenging for you to be consistent on, that's uncomfortable, slightly uncomfortable for you. And as it becomes normalized, as you get better at it, what happens is that your brain is like, wow, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. What else can I do? It makes it a lot easier to go out and do those dials, to go shake hands, to make connections for your business, to do the things and work that you don't want to do that you keep putting off till later on. It makes it easier to do those things. So this is an incredible practice. This is something that it's been on the tip of my mind for the past, man, like the past 4 weeks. It's like that's the answer. This intentional suffering and intentional discomfort, not suffering, discomfort. This intentional discomfort every single day. That is the answer to our human potential. That is the answer to us becoming great and chasing our potential, becoming something that we never knew possible. And I encourage all of you to do that. I do it by doing 75 hard. I do it through physical means, but it's through these physical means that I'm actually getting mental clarity and that I'm getting spiritual alignment. And everybody can do that. So I encourage all of you to take the leap, bet on yourself, and just start. Don't look for anyone to tell you what to do. Don't look for anyone to cheer you on or to be in your corner or to tell you it's going to be good. Don't. Just start. Because then you're going to have the people that are going to root for you. They will, when you're consistent. If you got any value from this, if you like this episode, then do me a favor, share this content with other people that can also learn from it. They can also grow, and they can also become the best versions of themselves. It means the world to me that when anyone shares this content, and that's what I ask. It's all that I ask is if it gave you value, like, comment, and share. It takes you 30 to 60 seconds. This has been the Be the Difference podcast. I'm your host, Greg Birch. Until next time, we'll see you.